Okay, after going to CIY, I decided that I wanted to work in the field of ministry, but I'm not a very social person, so I was thinking, how could I use that? And I decided to do biblical studies, and DCC has a great program for that, and I'm also going to minor in English as well.
The happiest moment of my life was when I did the first Holy Communion because I felt closer to God and I also felt more like an adult.
So when I was growing up, I didn't hear much about God. I didn't grow up in a Christian home. But then one winter when I was 15, my friend invited me to a church camp. And when we went there, the speaker was like, you're beautiful and you have a purpose for your life. And I was so blown away by that simple message because I hadn't heard that truth before. And so it just was a really crazy time for me to hear that. And then the last day of camp, she said, write a letter to Jesus about what you want to say to him because he'll hear you. And I never knew Jesus, but I just knew in my heart that he would listen if I wrote a letter. So I wrote a 3-page long letter, and by the end I was crying my eyes out. Well, anyways, she comes, and I ended up praying with her. She's like, God has plans for your life, and she prayed the things I'd written in my letter. I ended it with 3 really specific prayers, and she prayed those things right out. So I was like, that's really crazy. And then after, when I went home, 3 days later, after camp, I went back into my old habits, back to my kind of dark life, and 3 days after that, an angel woke me up, and it was, the whole room was shining, and I was laughing, and it was the most joyful I've ever been. And he said, Erica, he spoke to me, and he said, Erica, God wants you to stop doubting yourself, no self-doubt. And I was so blown away, and all of a sudden I just woke up, and I was still in my room, and my Bible was on my nightstand from camp. So I opened it up, read it, and the first verse that I came to was Hebrews 1, chapter 1, verse 14. Don't you know that angels are ministering spirits sent to those who will inherit salvation? So then after that I believed, and I believe what it means to follow Christ is I think that it can be a lot of different things, and it should affect your whole life, but the way I would sum it up would to be follow closer to God's heart. To follow Jesus is to follow closer to the heart of the Father. So that's what it is for me.
Okay, so my very first date, which was not too long ago. Anyway, I went to the movies with this guy, and he bought 2 drinks because I don't drink after people. So I'm starting to drink the drink, and then all of a sudden, kerplunk, it's all over me. Literally from here all the way to my knees, soaked in Dr. Pepper. And I was so nervous that I literally sat in Dr. Pepper for the whole movie for like an hour left. And then we went to the fanciest restaurant in town, and I didn't even change clothes because I was so freaked out. So that's my embarrassing date story.
Okay, what do you think the best superpower is?
Having the element of mind
control.
What cake can I make you, Master?
Chocolate.
All the single ladies, all the single ladies.